a great concept. But that's what we do. We have we're right now farming about 4 acres, not too big. We're expanding a little bit. We have over 100 shareholders. Most of our shareholders are here in the Las Vegas area. We make deliveries on a weekly basis. Most of the food that we're delivering was either picked that morning, the morning before, or during the course of that week. Our philosophy is not organic. Organic is an outcome of our philosophy. I think Daniel and I have met at the market, and we're getting to know each other, but I think we share the same library. Very familiar with all these books that he shared. Has been on my own quest and my own journey. We've been doing this for 5 years. A lot of reasons came for it. It didn't grow up with a farmer background, so we're learning as we go. But a lot of things have driven us to appreciate the need for highly nutrient-dense foods. We have grandchildren, and that is a high motivator for me. Diagnosed type 1 diabetes, and when I was 42, and wondered, very healthy person, thought I ate a very healthy diet, very low meat, lots of carbs, and said, what in the world is going on, and what can I do about it? So we're busy, anxious, engaged in farming, but that's what we do. We have, as I said, is organic, is part of our philosophy. Our philosophy is sustainability of a small family farm, and it's that whole concept that he talked about, the whole cycle of sustainable. Now, we're not 100% in farm sustainable, but within a community we can be. We do composted manures. All of the vegetation goes back in either to feeding the animals or feeding the compost, and we're building the soil. And because of that, the food is incredible. It's fabulous. We could talk a lot about, give me off on a lot of subjects. We won't go there. But anyway, that's what we do. This is our farm.
Yeah, like I said, I just sold some of these off your site.
Very good.
This is like the baskets that she gives out.
This is a share, a weekly share. We live out in the Overton area, Clark County Fair. If you guys are familiar with that, that's where we live. So this is my grandchildren. Is that adorable? These are our babies. We have, in addition to the crops that we grow, we have milk goats, and we have the best eggs you've ever had in your life, and the healthiest chickens you've ever had. We do some turkeys, Thanksgiving turkeys, and is she adorable? We do, for shareholders, we have events. For shareholders and community-wide, we offer several events on the farm. People want a connection. They want to go back to the farm. They want to pet the goats. They want to see where the food. It's interesting. Some children don't realize that carrots really grow out of the ground, and to be able to feed those carrot tops. See, it's interesting. You give a carrot to an animal, to the goats or the pigs. You know what they eat? They eat greens. They're the first thing, they eat the greens. But one of our favorite activities is a potluck at dinner and pumpkin pick for shareholders come, and big bonfire and bluegrass music. But another thing we do, open to the community in December, is a seed exchange. And we won't get into seeds. You can get me going on that for a long time. But really trying to promote the heirloom, open pollinated varieties of seeds. And so in December, we're just encouraging everyone, if you have a little backyard garden and you have some really great seeds that within our community, be able to share and buy and swap the seeds that are good for our environment, good for our area. But that's it.
I had her eggs just the first time 2 days ago, and it was ridiculous. They're awesome. And then I was getting rid of my other ones today, and not the same. So yeah, I can testify to that fact though. So, and earlier I asked, who's your most important healthcare provider that you know of, and we have one right here. It's your family farmer. That's who's going to provide the nutrients that your body needs, who's going to provide the health that you need. It's going to make your life long and happy. If you're buying from those other places, you can see the problems. I mean, this stuff is unfortunate, but it's not well known. It's not well. The general public is completely in the dark about this type of stuff, and they don't know what's happening behind them. The video that I was going to show you is called The Matrix, and it's kind of like have you seen that?
I have not.
You seen it? Yeah, it's kind of interesting. I think we talked about that. It's got this little pig, and Morpheus comes to the farm and tells the pig, the pig's on this nice little family farm, and Morpheus like, do you want to know the truth? And take the red pill, or if you want to know the truth, the blue pill if you want to stay on the farm. So the pig takes the red pill, and all of a sudden all this nice farming goes away. You see the pictures in the front of the stamp products that they have at the grocery store of this nice family farm, and then what all of a sudden you see is this factory farm with tightly controlled. I mean, I wish I had the videos here, because you were not going to go to McDonald's after this meeting if you saw that. But it was just disgusting and sickening the way our animals are treated, and what we do to them is really, really sad. And it's your body that you're putting the stuff into. What you eat is who you become. When you touch your body, that's a piece of food that you put in your mouth. We don't have any of the same atoms that we were born with. We're completely new, we're completely different. So everything in your body is something you put in your mouth, your eyeball, your liver, your kidney. So what do you want your eyeball to be made out of? You want it to be made out of white bread, a cow that had a horrible, painful, disgusting life that you would never, ever wish on your worst enemy. It's just, people need to know this stuff, and so that's why I decided to make these meetings. This is kind of like a way for me to market my business. I'm a Czech practitioner, and I do a lot of research and study into these types of things. I do a lot of diverse things. This is kind of one of them. And then another reason is to educate my clients, because it's really hard for me to sit down for an hour and give my clients this type of information. And the same thing and then probably the third and most important reason is to teach other people this stuff, because if I just hold it in me, it's not doing me any good. People need to know this stuff. Our biggest problem is an uneducated public, an unaware public. And when people know this stuff, when they learn this stuff, our job is now to tell our friends and tell our family. Now they're going to look at you like you're crazy, but they don't know this. They don't know the background. They haven't seen this presentation, so they haven't seen the foundation, the principles. And you have to go and get that Weston Price book, the Nutritional Physical Degeneration. This is such an important book. Because once you understand that, then you realize that, no, we're not doing better than we used to. We may have on our book, we may say we have a longer life than we had in the 1930s, but that's not the case, and I pretty much proved that. We have some, emergency medicine is amazing. If you break your arm or you're in a car accident, please, and I have my abdominal aorta gets, punctured, then please send me to an emergency physician to have some surgery done on me right away, because it's going to save my life, and that's what makes our lives longer. Babies that we're able to keep them alive, that would have died in birth. Anyways, the next class I'm going to have is going to be on how to choose the right type of diet for you. Okay, and I'm going to show you and pretty much prove to you, that we're all different. We all need different types of diets. It depends on where you came from in the world, your ancestors, what types of foods they ate, that type of thing, and how they developed. And I'm going to show you some really convincing evidence